Yo, welcome back to the channel. This factory seat out of my Jeep, it's seen better days. It's dirty, worn out. Drive down the road, you're leaning like this. I'm done with it. So I picked up a set of Corbeau sport bucket seats in tan that kind of maybe might match the interior. Corbeau also makes brackets that'll allow it to bolt right up to the Cherokee. Overall, should be a pretty easy job. Let's get into it. First thing to do is get your old seats out. Mine are already out, and it's a pretty easy job on paper. At least the driver's side was, you know, you got your three 13mm bolts and then your 11/16 nut. Passenger side, different story. On this side, the 11/16 nut came off no problem, but every single 13mm bolt broke right off. Now what we have to do is pull the carpet back to get to those so we can back them out, and that involves removing a lot of trim, probably back to here, removing the center console, which all of this was a part in the last video when we did the heater core. The only reason I'm including bolt extraction in this video is it's probably gonna happen to you. Well, as you can see, I got my interior ripped apart. Nope, I just cut some flaps. You know, I would encourage you to go ahead, if you care about your carpet, to remove all that stuff, but I'm not having it, especially since the driver's side is fine and the seats obviously cover up this. Not a big deal to me. And if it's a big deal to you, I get it. Go ahead and do it the hard way. Anyway, these will be slightly harder. Reason being, this bolt, you can actually see from the bottom side, it sticks down into the ground. This one will be less hard because there's an access hole right here, and this one will probably be the most difficult because there's no access on top, but there is a little bit from the back. I'm gonna try this back one first, the supposedly easy one. Come on. Get it from the bottom too. Ooh. And we'll take our vice grip. Oh, that's hot. Oh, it's smoking up top. Let's see if we can carefully drill this out. Nice. We're just gonna through bolt that, and then up here, I tried messing with a vice grip on the end, trying to get it loose. Not happening. But inside of there, you can see a welded nut, and that gives me an idea. So that welded nut turns out to be a 15mm. Got a deep socket in there. We're just gonna crank on it till it gives us what we want, which is breaking it off. Or it's not a 15. That might do it. What we could do, just get violent with it. Quickly becoming desperate. Oh, that's nice. That whole thing is just rotted at the bottom. Prepare for fire. This kind of sucks. Haha! Here it is. Got both of these fixed, and I think we're just gonna leave this one for a few reasons. For one, the one in the back here, that's actually been broken for a very long time. That didn't happen today, that was a while ago. Two, not really any access in here, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt trying to through bolt this one anyway with the bracket in here. And three or four, whatever we're at, 75% is a lot, and that's 3 out of 4, so you know. And also, here's the hardware I already found. I dug out of the bucket. Luckily, also 13mm to match the factory one, so I don't need to be switching sockets. Now, let's move over to the workbench and check out the brackets. I want to show you guys a few things and maybe save you a little bit of money. I don't know. Here we have a set of Corbeau brackets, driver side, passenger side. Brand new, these things go for like $140 each. That's ridiculous. I hopped on eBay, got these for about 60. I think one was 60 and one was 70. So, save some money there. But on this driver's side one, I think it's a little bit older something. But I got gypped. There's supposed to be some kind of crossbar here. So when you pull this lever, you know, this one unlocks and you can slide it. But this one just moves on its own. But the passenger side one was correct. This is what the modern ones look like. You pull up on it and it slides. So this one's good to go. So then with this one, I was thinking, oh, I'll just buy Corbeau sliders. They can't be that much. They're $80. So if I would have bought those, we would have been over the price of a brand new kit, right? Here's the solution. Here's where you might be able to save some money. I don't even know if this is going to work yet, but I hopped on Amazon, found a bracket. I'm pretty convinced. I'll show you a picture of the Corbeau bracket, or the Corbeau slider. That's like 80 bucks. And then a picture of the Amazon one, and they look pretty similar. I'm opening this right now for the first time, and we will see. First glance, it'd be like that. No, this. Maybe this won't work. Looking at it real quick, if you wanted to set it up exactly like this one, it'd be a little bit too short. But if you flip it this way and just switch sides with it, set it up like that, it's long enough. The bolt holes line up pretty much perfectly. Might have to drill. I think this is gonna work. These were 35 bucks on Amazon, so we saved some money. It sure beats paying Corbeau prices. Do the Amazon brackets line right up? No, they do not. As you can see, I've been doing some fabricating. First off, I ended up switching the Corbeau slider to the driver's side bracket because the whole reason I'm doing this job is because of my crappy front seat. So, you know, this is for me. But this one's fine. There's really nothing wrong with it. Everything's straight. I just had to drill an extra hole back here because these are a little bit shorter than that. Another thing is, like I was mentioning earlier, they're upside down, so you can't just pull up on the bar and then pull the bar to pull the seat like you can on this one. You just lift the bar and, you know, you can move it. This one, you're gonna have to lift the bar and then, like, you know, scoot your butt forward to get it to go. No big deal though. Another thing I had to drill was the top. I just had to make an extra hole. They had these 2 holes, so I made a 3rd hole. Looks like Corbeau seats are 13 inches end to end. Same with the old bracket that I pulled off of there. So that's all I did here was make the new bracket, have a hole at 13 inches. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm filming this ahead of time. I don't even have the seats yet, so I'm gonna be, yeah. And as you can see on this one, I already have the seat belt buckle mounted. Let me throw another seat up here and I'll show you how to do it. This part is actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. All you need is a T50 Torx, take off this bolt. And then I thought I was gonna have to find new hardware, but I looked. The Corbeau brackets actually have a tapped hole for this bolt, and it fits. And then on the seatbelt itself, you can see there's a little tab sticking up, and they also include a hole on the bracket for that tab to stick into. I guess that kind of just aligns the seatbelt. Send her home. That should be about everything. Let's go install these. This is what your installation would look like if you didn't break anything. Now this bracket is a bit of a snug fit. The holes aren't lining up perfectly. So I think I'm gonna try and get them all started at least. Then we'll rip on them. All the bolts went in fine. Now we just got that 11/16 nut. Get on in there. Driver side, ready for seat. And this is what your install would look like if you screw up everything like me. This back corner one's gonna be a through bolt, like we talked about. See about getting this front one. I don't think this is gonna be as bad as I thought it might have been. The hole lined up, that's a start. See if we can get our hardware on the inside. Got everything started. Where's the nut? Cool. All right, everything is started. I'll do this back corner one first because it's not quite lined up. Nice. Still looks a little rough, but be all right. Both sides are ready for seats, even with one missing. This thing is solid. Our sliders work, kinda. Good deal. Getting the driver's seat installed first. We're gonna put the slider back so we can have access to our bolt holes in the rear. Now remember, this is the Corbeau bracket, not the Amazon one, so everything should line right up, not give us any issues. Really simple bolt pattern, just 4 Allen screws. Oh, that's interesting. This tilt lever is getting in the way of the plastic trim here that sticks out for the seat belt. I guess we could try and modify that, but before I do that, I'm gonna try throwing the passenger seat in that spot. It did look like there was plenty of room on the center console side. Let's see what happens. Driver's side is in. I ended up taking the seat out and then taking the sliders off and just mounting them on the bench. And it was a little bit easier that way. This side, I'm not going to learn my lesson. I'm going to try and do the exact same thing. Try to bolt the seat in the cab. Mess with it for a while. Probably end up doing the same thing. But I feel like I have a lot more room back here than I did on that side. Plus, these are the Amazon brackets that we had to fab up. And I don't know how it's going to go trying to line these back up. So I'm going to throw the passenger seat in and we'll see how that goes. That actually worked on this side. I didn't have to pull the slider back out. 6mm Allen to tighten all them up. Just, you know, tighten them up till they get loose again. That may or may not have happened on that side. Anyway, I would definitely recommend putting your recliner lever on the inside because there's just no way it would fit over here. This looks a little bit ridiculous from the Amazon slider, but anyway, they look pretty good. The tan, it's all right. It kind of matches. It's a little bit darker, if anything. We can go ahead and throw these headrests on there. Need 2 hands. Headrest installed. They actually have like this ratcheting feature to them. Kind of cool. Let's hop in here for the comfort test. I'm already seeing that these are quite a bit higher than factory. Oh, and they're a little stiff. Ooh, that sits pretty high. Not bad, definitely sits high. I'm like 5'10" and 3/4-ish. I don't know, I'm not that far off the ceiling. If I look up, my hat catches on it. That might be a little bit of a deterrent if you're a tall dude, but not bad. I don't really like sitting up high like this. I do have a feeling these seats are gonna wear in pretty good. They're stiff now, but I think they'll get comfy. Not bad, not bad. I'm pretty happy with them. I wanted to throw this in here. I've been driving this all week, and I'm still sitting pretty high, and it's actually kind of annoying, not gonna lie. So just now, I pulled out this seat, and I pulled up one of the old seats, and I sat them right beside each other. And sure enough, the Corbeau seat actually sits a little bit lower than the factory one, just sitting on the ground here. Then I measured the holes in relation to the top of the seat. Same story, the Corbeau ones are actually lower. I also checked the measurement of the spacing on the factory sliders, and even if you wanted to, I don't think you could just directly bolt a Corbeau seat to the factory bracket without some serious modifications, because the Corbeau seat is quite a bit wider where it mounts. Long story short, I think the material just needs to wear in a little bit. Those seats are really stiff, so the more I drive it, I hope it gets better. That is gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions about them seats. I know I ran through that kind of quick, but it's a pretty simple job. That's gonna do it for this one. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.